Hello and welcome back. I'm Charles Knapp, and this is the second back of the book video. I hope you've seen my first back of the book video and also the San Francisco, which is a longer video. I'm trying to keep these short, so let's get rolling. We're going to cover Corporate Giant a little bit. We're going to cover Tinkerbell and also Mind Boggles. So let's start with the Corporate Giant. And as we showed in a previous video, the coastline is along here. That's Florida, comes around New Orleans, San Francisco, and Candlestick. So Corporate Giant is associated with San Francisco. If you look in the back of the book, okay? Also San Francisco, the artwork, has Asian representations there, the dragon and some of the other items. And if you look at Tinkerbell, there's also kind of a link with the Asian topic or theme. And also, if you look at the top part, this top part looks like the West Ghost with the barrel and the six figures. So Tinkerbell may be associated or linked. So we go to the words that are written about Tinkerbells, and we see "in your ear." Well, we covered "in your ear" before, and we're going to talk about a little bit more in this video. But if you start reading what is written about Tinkerbells, it's talking about telephone answering machines. And also, you know, we will look at the exact structure of what's going on with this, because this isn't normal anatomy. That's not the way my ear looks anyway. And inside your ear, we find the three bones. Here's one of the bones, the malleus bone, and that's Latin for mallet or hammer. It transmits vibrations. So with that in mind, we're going to look and see if there's any kind of mythology that goes with malleus, and we come across this. It's Malleus maleficarium. I mispronounced that, I know. But in any event, you get the idea of what we're considering. And what does Tinkerbell look like? Looks like Malleus maleficarium. So let's move on and examine the words a little closer. Not only is it in your ear, but the hardware has voices. And there's a lot of answering machine material written into this write-up. And, you know, somebody talking on a phone, talking to a machine. And it says actually not a soul among them. So the theme of this is answering machines, or, you know, you're talking to a machine or listening to a machine, which we have today more than ever. You call up and you get a machine. And at the bottom of this, it tells you that Tinkerbell has your number. Well, the number could be 3. Tinkerbell is stuck in the corner. So is it 3 feet from the corner, like we suggested previously? Or is there something else going on? Oh, there's another 3. 3 in the corner. Tinkerbell has our number. 3 feet from the corner. 3 feet from the corner of the water fountain. Well, is it also 3 feet from the corner in the West Ghost at the bottom, which we pointed out in a previous video? It's kind of a recurring thing we're seeing here, recurring theme. So let's move to Mind Boggles, and you can see there's this really long lamp, and it ends in the zombie or television watcher's ear, in his ear. So there's some linkage there. And we also have a vampire that has got 2 straws going into our zombie's head. Well, why 2 straws and not 1? Well, maybe that's transmission, like in a telegraph. And you see the hand on the Mind Boggles, shaped like a telegraph operator's hand, clicking on the telegraph Morse code. And then you look at the writing and the words, and it's the speed of light, and the transmitters and stations. And so you tend to think of telegraph, well, like Telegraph Hill, which is where Coit Tower is. And it talks a little bit about corner and flames and fire and some other things. And, you know, these things kind of add up. This is a jigsaw puzzle. You got to put all the pieces together. So we're putting the pieces together, and here it shows popcorn. Well, what does that mean? Well, initially I thought it was the popcorn factory down at the bottom of Coit Hill, or the cliffs there. And then I found this coming up right there. The popcorn was the phone number you dialed to get an answering machine. It was a machine that told you what time of day, what the exact time was. And us old people know that. Some of you younger people don't know that. And popcorn is what that is actually a phone number where the letters are the numbers. In other words, a 7 on your phone is a P, 6 is an O, and on. So you dial popcorn and you get a number. So that's maybe a Tinkerbell. You're getting a machine with a voice on it. See, so Mind Boggles has this in it, the popcorn, and the popcorn is linked to Tinkerbell. See how these pieces of the puzzle start coming together. Just not a bunch of gibberish in the back of the book. So we have our corporate giant, which we've discussed. And also, if you look in the smoke, which is a signal, Telegraph Hill was there for signaling. There's a 3 in the smoke. Backwards, I know. Is that 3 feet? Is that another clue? Let's look at the shapes a little closer here on the ear. If you look down at an angle, you can see there's an arc of concrete coming around. And right there is our fountain. And if you look at that and you associate with what you're seeing in the ear, this is the arc. It's kind of an upside down omega shape. And you have a concrete wall here. The ace is the dot right here, or the fountain base. And this would be your water fountain. This could be your foot and the pedal. So it kind of makes sense that we're seeing a little mini map or representation of what's going on down below. So let's look on the outside, walking up before we go up the steps. There's our concrete vertical wall, and the arc is right up above. The water fountain's right above that. And you can see it a little bit in this shot. Water fountain is over here. Here's the arc. Here's the vertical concrete. And if we look at this, well, not a real good, it was kind of tough to try to do the association. But here's the omega I was talking about. It's the arc, and here's the vertical concrete walls, and up over here is the water fountain. And so that's what we're looking at, which brings us right back to where we were in the other videos. The water fountain, Coit Tower. There's our hexagonal base, which made me think and go, wait a minute. And you look at this over here, that is not a perfect circle. That ear canal representation has corners on it, like hexagonal shape. Think that's a coincidence? So, I don't think that's a coincidence. So we have our ace, and the small businessman would go, that's a giant pole. Well, we think of the giant pole as maybe as Coit Tower. Hey, could be both. And we're going to take our giant step, as we showed in the previous videos, to X marks the spot. And again, I'm not going to go through this. On the first video, you saw where the black leaf went through the X, went all the way down to where our dig spot is. And if you follow the tail on the dragon all the way to the end, it points to that. And our ace is right there, as shown in the first video. So we have all this information that is coming together in a big jigsaw puzzle. It's not just, well, this looks like that. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm just barely making it under 10 minutes, which was my goal. And I will see you next time with another video. Have a nice day. Peace out.